Hi everyone, my name is piterpakulski. Today we'll continue building financial model of a nail salon from scratch. And today we will go back to timing. We will work with working hours because we have to build a credible revenue generating algorithm. So if you are planning to open a nail salon, this video might be valuable for you. You may give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. So I'm just making this financial model from scratch, and today we'll be modeling working time. So why we are modeling working time? So we are not just building the revenues. So revenues is the second step. The first step is we have to understand that the amount of services that we are writing in sales plan is a realistic number, and for that purpose we have to deal with time parameter. So we start with specifying working hours, how many hours per day our nail salon works. So here will be day of the week, then will be how hours a day, so we have to introduce a group of parameters. We'll be dealing with time because that will allow us to build a really credible algorithm for the calculation of revenues. So here on the left will be we will have the list of days of the typical week. Here, for example, we will place the amount of hours that a nail salon will work per day. So this will be the input. So we mark it with specific color, with blue color. Blue goes with all our inputs. So these are the inputs, these are the inputs, and here are the formulas. So we're not touching these cells. So what we are doing next? So now we have the amount of services that we're going to produce. So these are the names of services. Here are the quantity of services, nail services that we are going to offer. And now we have to calculate the hours. So what we are doing, the time consumption for this amount of services. So I'm copying this table. Let's say time needed in hours. Time needed so here I will place the name of the service. Then here will be the list of services. So, and now what we are doing, so we are taking the amount of services with all coefficients added and multiply it on duration of one service that we specified earlier in hours. Here it is. We are freezing this column and now we are just extrapolating this formula to the bottom and I'll just delete this line. Then total hours needed, so we are creating totals of that. Then working hours, so we are taking this data from here and what we can do now, we can calculate the time consumption. Let's say time rate, let's say, I don't know how it is called, but we will divide time needed by time in the schedule, make percentage of that. And now we can see that the time we need for the amount of services that we specified is much bigger than we have working hours. So this means that we have to reduce amount of services, and this will move us closer to the reality, to realistic revenues that we will be able to reach in our financial model, and in reality, what is more important. So such tables help people to get acquainted with their business ideas, because when they start specifying the specific amount of services, and if they know the duration of these services, this shows to the future business owner the real amount of services that the business can produce. So the next step, we will just create some conditional formatting for that. So for example, so this will be, for example, red, and for example, conditional formatting, new rule, go here, if this value is less or equal 1, then the format will be more colors, fill will be green, font will be black. We click OK, extrapolate this formula to the left, and for example, if we decide to reduce the amount of services, for example, twice, so we cut sales plan by 2, we'll be able to see that we work 97% of our work time, and we technically can produce these revenues. But usually entrepreneurs look at this store and say, no, we can't produce 97 97% of work time on Monday, so this will be, in reality, this will be just 20%. So they start to decrease the amount of services. So for example, they go here, place here 10%, see the so let's say this will be 7%. Now they see that, for example, the realistic number for the time allocation for Monday will be just 14% of the total work time, and this seems to be more realistic. This will give you the right amount of the right value for revenues. And then the entrepreneur starts thinking about Tuesday, Wednesday, the amount of services, the amount of he starts thinking about the timing, and then he moves closer to the revenues. So he calculates the revenue that he or she trusts. So this is very important thing for financial model. So this financial model gives you confidence about what you have at the end. So if you see the revenues, you are confident about that your business idea really can generate these cash flows. So many entrepreneurs, they just use the average check, set up the amount of services like this, and in reality when they start the business they have nothing in common with what they planned, because all these plans they broke because their business even can't produce this amount of services, because there are only 12 working hours per day, and that's it. So even in Monday, the rate of the working hour, the working rate in fact will be much more less than 12 hours that nail salon will be working from 9 till 9. So this is a very tricky thing, and you have to think about that. So all these coefficients allow you to play with time before you start thinking, before you start describing the revenues. So this is a very important preliminary step that you have to take before you proceed to the money. So first you are talking about the time, and then you move to the revenues, expenses, and so on. So you're confident about the time, then you are confident about the amount of services. Now you can proceed to revenues. So maybe this video was useful for you, so you may give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can also order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We can help you with that. So see you guys in next videos. Thank you and bye.